one? I would suspect so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think both of these teams, like, of a similar level, so I'd imagine it's going to be pretty much a pretty tight game, no matter which way you swing it. So we'll just see how it goes, I suppose. At the end of the day, saw some good rounds from both of these teams, some good ideas, some good individual moments, a couple of misplays. It's kind of what you get at this level, you know. This is kind of like the semi-pro, like one step above the amateur level. You know, you're getting into ECL, in the middle of the table. You're one of these teams that wants to improve to the point to where you can make it into playoffs or start making it a little bit more deep into some of these qualifiers. So, you know, they're going to be a bit rough around the edges, but there's some talent there, some good ideas, some good shots being hit from a retake position on CT and jungle. This is exactly what you want to do in this kind of setup on the CT side. Really nice stuff.
Yeah, FengDa are doing the right thing here as well, just trying to take that space. They're really trying to chase some of these CTs down instead of rushing the bomb plant, but haven't been able to catch up to any of them. And sooner or later, their smoke's going to start to fade. That's going to be a problem. And they're going to have to try and find some kills somewhere. They've got one onto Forzetsky in connector. That's a nice shot, though, to bringing the numbers well and truly under control of -72C. These Glocks are doing their best. They haven't been able to check Sandwich, but 3GL, he's trying quickly to get back all over the map. He's going to be slowed down by Spira. If he could have gone B and got the bomb plant down, that might be nice, but I think he might just miss the window here with a rotation coming in from Inhuman. He's really stressing about every minute timing. That's why he's tried to go for that jump, but yeah, now not going to be possible. He's just going to try and rush the plan, and I think, I was going to say, I think that's the right play. I think he would have gotten it down, to be quite honest, but it must have been a step in there from Inhuman that baited him into cancelling the plant. And so 1-0 is going to be the score for -72C this time.
Yeah, I dare say they would be hoping to win themselves a map after you know, two best of ones against FengDa, given they're both pretty close in the ECL standings and all that kind of stuff. FengDa, though, going to go for this pistol force might. See what they can get out of it. Quick smokes at the middle. And does seem like they're just going to keep things simple and go ahead and try and hit a B timing. Got a molly here for Inhuman that's going to keep them back in kitchen for the time being. Spiro, the closest rotator, doesn't really have much delay util.
Yeah, Chinking. Not able to get too much done, though, with that Tech 9. The rest of the swing is going to come through as well, and it seems like everybody on the T side is kind of missing everything. There's a knife out. Okay, we're going to be getting more of what we saw on Ancient, I feel. Either way, -72C do win that round, but that was just madness from FengDa.
Yeah. They hit a decent timing. Like, the short player was a little bit further rotated, didn't hit a good nade. Neither did the anchor. Pistols did get kind of out onto the side, but just couldn't connect any of the entries. So I think a bit of a missed opportunity there for FengDa, to be honest. I think most of the time you got some decent pistol-y boys. You're going to hit a couple of those entries and actually get into an afterplant. Give yourself a crack at winning those round twos. So I think FengDa have missed the boat a little bit there. Now Forzetski's got the AWP out. Ooh, 3GL. This is a decent timing. I don't know if they know he's in con yet. Oh, they've seen him now.
Seems like it. Yeah. Good effort. Maybe not really, all things considered. Not a whole lot coming through in this round for FengDa. That's a really tight line to be playing, especially on a game where there's 60 to 80 ping involved. But either way, round's going to go the way of -72C. So we do get the customary 3-0. But where to from here will be the next question.
Well, you get the buy-through from FengDa. Do you have an AWP and an MP9 in play for -72C? AWP's out for 3GL as well. He's going to have 4 go head armor and a fair bit of util to be able to get himself an AWP. Looking like it's going to be a 1-4 from FengDa. A little bit of util pressure on mid, and then just try to hit that A execute timing. Biek actually will be able to, yeah, kind of slow this round down with a deep A main smoke. That's going to kind of disrupt FengDa on this execute, because the HE nade is actually in Palace, so they can't blow open that A ramp smoke. They're just going to have to wait it out.
Util going over the top. Pretty standard stuff from FengDa. Just going to be the standard smoke splashes over. Molly in there to try to delay, but it's a CT incense, so not going to cause too much of a ruckus. The shots, though, from the AWP bar for Zetsky. Nice double. Does keep this one looking like it's hanging in the balance, favoring 72C a little bit more so. Progression smoke from CT Spawn out there for Inhuman. He could be up to all kinds of shenanigans as far as FengDa is concerned. Jump across onto the stairs position hasn't gone well for Borosto. The only way this falls apart is if this Nerds guy got anything done, but he didn't. So 4-0. Scoreline for -72C. Starting to look pretty solid.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I really wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be like a pretty good map for them, because if there's anything I remember about the East Russian teams, it's like they love to play like Anubis, Mirage non-stop pretty much. Like, this should be probably one of their better maps, if I was to hazard a guess. Bit of a weird bike. I don't know what FengDa's doing with their money here. They got 2 hero rifles and some pistols.
I mean, to be fair, have we known really what's been going on with the economy in most of the rounds in this game? Some of them a little weird on Ancient as well. The economic mismanagement is definitely another aspect of the game between these two teams. Hero AK, Hero Galil, Deagle out for Chenking. Hasn't really worked so far. I mean, they've gotten 1 kill, but it hasn't really got them into a position where it really looks like they're going to win this game.
Nice kill from Borosto. We're going to have to be... oh, hold on, Chenking. That's a good timing. Now this connector player is kind of sandwiched. Not much Forzeski
hoping
could
for
do.
a bit of assistance from Forzeski.
I don't know. He's been given a lot of opportunities, but he shouldn't really be able to have much impact here. Okay, they didn't even know Biek was in connector.
Yeah. Well, he's finished off too. So Lead X9 AK Nerds is the last one standing. I'm assuming they're aware of his position, but Forzeski's moved away. Inhuman just setting himself up on short. They're going to now hear the footsteps. So Inhuman is going to wait patiently for that bomb plant. Does give away his position now as well. And Nerds is going to go having a look for him. That's a little bit of a mishap. No, don't give him a 1v3. Biek's got no idea that he's crossed either. What is that? It's like they had no awareness of where he could have possibly been in any one of those 3 duels. I mean, Forzeski going down, fair enough. You know, that was just a good shot. We'll just give him that. But the other 2 guys were locked in, bro. You know, like when you're at the horse races, they have the little hood thing for the horses, so they can't see to the left and the right.
The blinders.
That's what was going on there. They were just looking right in front of them. Yeah, they just had the blinders on. That was unreal. Forzeski's like, guys, please.
He's gaming. That was a nice clutch, though, from Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
Getting tickled a little bit. Okay, Borosto. Underarm flash and then not peaked with it and died.
I think he might have got distracted by the guy at top mid. At least that's what I want to give him that benefit of the doubt. Because there was someone at top mid.
True. A lot of mid control here for FengDa. CT's just kind of playing a passive setup because they've got Biek pushing through Pal. So I don't really need to be too worried about A. In fact, this will probably be the bomb dropped. What?
Nope.
Why are you jiggle peeking that? Has he been hurt or something? It's an extremely random spot to jiggle peek.
Well, either way, he did it. Now we're back to the 3-on-3. Flash over the top. Forzetsky can't see anything, but he's still going to get the kill on Inerts as the flash faded. Molly into CT will at least allow the bomb plant to go down. And now -72C having to try to work their way back into the bomb site. Flash will delay them for the moment. Got a smoke for the defuse if necessary. Forzetsky has to probably hit this shot to open it up somewhat, and the peek back onto the line will come through from 3GL nade into the smoke. That's bad news. That's going to be the end of Inhuman. And now Forzetsky's going to have his turn to try and defuse as the knife comes out for P5P. Defuse on once again. Oh, he's hit him once. He's got him twice. And that's it for FengDa. They do win the round. A bit of a messy one again on both sides, but a win nonetheless for FengDa.
You'll take it. Especially when those 2 round wins back-to-back bankrupt -72C, who honestly had a pretty good start to this game on the CT side, but now it's getting a lot closer. See if FengDa can keep this anti-eco clean. Gonna do the good old A execute. That's a pretty clean A take. Okay, never mind. I spoke way too soon.
You definitely spoke a little bit too soon right there. What is going on? What is going on? What am I seeing on my screen right now? Biek has an AK, by the way, still in Palace, and Forzetsky with a flank in A main. They're just going to have to try and dig out this player on balcony, which isn't quite going to happen. Not cleanly enough anyway. Oh, God. That's one of the rounds of all time.
Pretty clean anti-eco, all things considered. Was that like Bottle V2 in 2025? Did he just push through the top box volley with a 5-7 and get a kill? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember where you did the skybox thing and he went up
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Do you... I remember you saying it like that. Do you? And then playing the clip. Yeah. Times.
Oh. 23 and on the board. It's a big impact kill for him to get for his first kill of the game. FengDa's back, man. It's not even Chen King this time. All the boys are pitching in.
That's good to see. I mean, on for a potential 2-0, which I'm sure doesn't happen all that often for FengDa in ECL. Forzetsky, he's been like the one sort of shining light of hope again for -72C. You talked about him before we went into the first game. I think he did okay there on Ancient. He's definitely doing well here on Mirage CT side, but not really getting enough from the rest of the lads. And now money's broken. Orb's going to be difficult to come by, obviously, this round. So this is where FengDa are going to start to push ahead.
Pistol arm up. As we're maxing out the loss bonus on the CT side, which is a dangerous prospect for teams of this level. Pistol armor is as good as a gun round, I feel. Yep. Oh, no. Couldn't quite get the timing there for Barosto. That's 2 missed opportunities. because for some reason Chen King's sending it through the middle of the map with a Mac 10.
Why not?
It's very
That's what Chen King
disjointed
does
anti-eco.
best. 5P deciding to eat the flash, but sets it up nicely for Chen King to grab the kill. And he's going to keep on going. He's not actually expecting one more player through the murder hole, but he'll get there in the end. And that is 5 now for FengDa, as they definitely have taken control of this half. Money good enough for -72C to play again in this round, but for Zetsky, if he wants the AWP, it's going to have to be Glass Cannon. And just decides to go for the rifle, but again, money down to pretty much nothing for -72C. So if they mishandle their money here, lose this round, FengDa can actually pull pretty substantially ahead.
Yeah. A little bit of a 3-2 going on. This is everyone in middle. What on earth am I seeing from -72C? They have no one on either side. They're just 5-manning middle and fighting absolutely everything.
Okay, he's got himself a little M4 with wings right there. We all know what that means. Shenanigans going on. And this round is blown up in the face of FengDa, so -72C getting back on the horse potentially. Maybe another 6-6 on the cards here. Saw that on Ancient. And I'm expecting, again, another very close map. And the way things have been going so far here on Mirage, it's not done anything to dissuade me from that opinion.
Good shot from Barosto. And they're going to clean it up nicely. So, I guess the solution was to play T side on CT side. Just run it down mid. Yeah. Actually, you know what? That continues the trend, Jordan. The 5-man run it down mid strat has still got 100% success rate.
Do it again. Both teams do it again. Okay, we're going to get a window smoke and a top mid smoke again for FengDa. So they may be opting for the run it down mid strat. Let's have a look here. Flashes over the top. Again, pretty standard stuff for that mid take. Some counter util out from -72C. So we might actually be getting a run it down mid strat from both teams. Probably not all 5 players, but definitely a few here. That's a nice pickup for Lead X9. FengDa now just decide to slow things down. Nade into the connector smoke. To open up some avenues of attack for both sides. It's another 1-for-1 after the initial exchange. But Biek really in a rough spot here on the side. He should be wrapped upon by P5P and will be. There's nothing that can be done about it. Easy kill in the end for 3GL, spamming through the smoke. Gets a bit lucky onto Barosto. This should be a 6th for FengDa.
They're cooking now. Oh my god. Inhuman, so aware. Gotta twist his ankle. This should just be a nice little 1-2 contact setup. Even if YSP didn't clean it up, it was going to be a swing from triple. And man, what a resurgence from FengDa. This was a 4-0 game. They're 6-1 in the last 7.
Can it be a 7-5 lead for FengDa, though? I mean, the money's there enough for 72C to get themselves a buy. It's not a fantastic one, but it is something to work with. Problem is, they've left the A site completely wide open. FengDa are sort of wondering what's going on there. Still doing their due diligence with some nice flashes. That's about the best looking round I've actually seen from FengDa so far. Not a lot to it necessarily, but just slowing things down nicely enough. Waiting for those flashes. Chen King is going to be picked up by a nade, and 23 is also kind of low, so this round can still fall apart. They didn't really pick the pace up after getting those couple of opening kills. Uh-oh, he hasn't seen the player on the left. Yes, he has in the end. Maybe the comms came through. Either way, Forzetski's going to go down, and that is the end of the first half. 7-5 favoring FengDa. Alrighty, into the second half now, and FengDa have got themselves a couple of round lead out of that first half. Not too shabby of a job done by them on T side, but what I was talking about earlier on Ancient, feels like this matchup's been a little bit T-sided, so we'll see how this one goes. 3GL does a nice job to pick up that opening kill, but -72C are going to use that information to go quickly into the A bomb site. They know that there's multiple members in middle. They've got a smoke down to stop them. Nice shot out of the P2K. Let's keep the numbers healthy enough for FengDa, but the bomb plan did go down in that meanwhile. Trades coming back and forth for Rosto. A double, delivering with that P250 as you need to do if you're going to be entrusted with that duty. Has now brought it back down to the 2v1 for Elite X9. You can have a little tap on that defuse to try to draw out a peek, but now he's lost a large portion of his HP off of that Bink coming through, and it looks like the pistol will be going the way of -72C.
Pistol from that. So if you're going to get forced by in the second round for FengDa, I feel like what I was saying before, the half guys are deadly at this level.
All right, well, into round number 14, we're going to get that instant window smoke out from -72C. You do see a force buy through here from FengDa. So they want to try and hustle something. Chinking, the most interesting piece of the puzzle, with a Mag 7 working his way through the underpass, and unlikely to have too much of an impact on this one. But so what a couple of members ready to deal with this push-up connector. 23. We'll hear that flash, and the Mag 7 has gotten in behind them. I didn't even realize Chenking is going to be the big difference maker right here. Of course he is, that Mag 7. You can't deny it. Good shot in, though, from Borosto. Still a winnable round. Oh, Chenking, you got to keep your head down here. No chance you want to take that fight with a Mag 7 against an AK on a range like that one. Borosto pushing forward. Chenking really just needs the assistance of P5P, but they haven't got it done. They didn't really have the weapons for that fight and got themselves stuck in awkward positions. If he would have just stayed in connector, what a difference that could have made. Yeah, Spiro and Borosto needing to salvage it once again. Borosto's been the one doing a lot of the work here on the T side. Chinking hard clearing that corner at stairs, but it seems like this one is locked in pretty nicely as 4 guns remain for FengDa. So a bit of a up and down start to the second half. FengDa looked threatening in the second round. Didn't quite get it done there, but now with guns in hand, they will get it over the line for the round number 3 and force -72C back onto the pistols for the moment.
And I'm also back. Are you happy to see me, Jordan?
I am. Happy to hear you more so.
Got the 4... We've had some weird money situations in these last couple of rounds.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Indeed.
what is that? Just runs straight through the con smoke with a techie. Gonna blow open the smoke from the con player to have a little bit of a look. FengDa very much kind of mobilizing around middle and looking to try and win some duels, but it's backfiring a little bit at the moment.
Yeah. C4's going to be recollected outside of TV. B site looking pretty open at the moment, and that is where Borosto is headed. Spear up should be picked up and will be. So his movement would indicate that it's not going to be an A take. But FengDa not cottoning onto that one quickly enough, and they will now have to go sauntering over to B as that bomb plan has gone down. Borosto surely, look, he's been good. He's been good this half, but this seems a bit too much for him. A 1 HP clutch with the Deagle. 6 bullets in the chamber. Not going to get to be fired in the end. And so that will be a defusal for FengDa, and they'll keep their noses in front by a couple of rounds, which is what they came into this half with.
What's the loss bonus looking like? Still not good enough for -72C. It's been a bit of a back and forth half, so they haven't had a chance to really build it up on the T side, which FengDa are very much going to benefit from. The bomb plant will give -72C a chance to upgrade some pistols, try and do some more economic damage, but outside of that, should be a good opportunity for FengDa to try and get the 2-0 here, honestly. They can build up the cash, can have a nice little bank to try to close out this game of Mirage with.
Yeah, Molly deep into top mid for FengDa, but not really going to be doing too much. So -72C going to go for a late mid take. Timing on the push through the smoke from Piek was almost perfect. 23 get that kill, and Chenking in middle in connector is good enough for 1, but the spam kind of undoes him a little bit either way. This is a nice setup from FengDa. If they can keep all 4 guns alive, then, as you say, they'll be in a good position to try to close out Mirage.
Inhuman. Last one to try and take any kind of guns away, do any kind of damage with the Deagle. Just waiting out this ramp smoke. Expecting any kind of a push, which he will not be obliged. And awkward exchange, but aim punch a little bit too much to deal with. So you will get 4 alive for FengDa. And at 10-7, that's a really, really good position to be closing this game. And looking at -72C, they've had a tough time getting those bomb plants, and you see the effect of that on their util. We've only got 1 molly to try and work the map with, which is going to make it a lot harder to take mid. Try and molly con, or they're going to buy more, go down to Galils and stuff. Makes more sense.
Can still swing away from FengDa here, though, so they do have to be aware of that. Try and keep that economy as healthy as possible. 8.8k for P5P, but nobody else super rich. 23, he's going to get himself a 1-for-1. He spots out an extra couple of members there in A main. Chenking waiting for the push through the smoking connector, makes for an easy kill, and now it's on to Fozetsky to try to find some opening kills. That's a bit of a nothing round, frankly, from -72C. Just a lot of contact plays that have not gone their way at all, and it's an interesting one to pull out in a round like that. It's just completely blown up in their face.
Yeah. To be honest, like, that was really nice looking around for FengDa, like, good defense. Like, that's honestly kind of looks like how, like, Tai Lu defends that A side. They got players like Rifler swinging under stairs and multi-fragging like that. So maybe taking a little bit of Chinese inspiration from some of the other boys. -72C, back to the drawing board. I've not had much success on this T side so far. Going to invest a fair bit in some Deagles and some Scouts. But you really don't want to have to go into your full buy with full util. We're facing map point elimination, if possible.
Pause. Does pretty well with the Glock, frankly, and Barosso's got himself a little bit of work done as well with the Deagle. So this round now looking quite tenuous for FengDa. That'll help from 3GL, but he's really playing a dangerous game, dancing around this smoke before his teammates have even gotten in through jungle. Might well find that timing onto Barosto. Fozetsky trying to help out from Connector, and this is now definitely in dangerous territory for FengDa as 3GL is... He's hunting, he's desperate, he's really looking for these kills, but he just can't get them. There's a player in main, and it's a mess all over the place. Barosto, can he last long enough? There's a defuse kit. I don't think there's time here for 3GL, even if he does get the kill. Oh no, FengDa, that is not a round to be losing.
Oh man.
Panic. Really, isn't it?
What a mess. It gives -72C a chance at winning this game as well now. Because that's really just eaten a hole in the bank of FengDa. They've even bought into a double AWP, which is going to cost them even more. So very good opportunity for -72C to win a couple T rounds on the trot after winning with pistols there. And actually win this game of Mirage. A ramp aggression instantly destroyed by Fozetsky. He's now got the AWP in his hands and he's feeling comfy.
This is how your money gets obliterated in a couple of rounds.
Legit. Get eco'd and then buy double AWP in the following round.
Chenking going to go for a walkout into middle. He's either going to get a lot of kills or no kills. And he's got a lot of kills. So we'll call it a win. He's picked up 2. The trade's coming back over, though, from -72C. And now it's just the double AWP remaining here. No, it surely can't be going back around the corner there. So interesting spot from 23 being played behind this smoke at the moment. Spira looking for one another. Ah, okay. Spira's been spotted out. C4 retrieved in the meanwhile. 50 seconds to work with here for Bjek is enough time to make something happen, to be sure.
Yeah. 23 and just sticking his butt in the corner, playing a one and done, posted up on mid. How's the timing going to look? B4, able to pick up that kill on the AWP. Other AWP is over towards B. You can hear these footsteps. It's just going to run straight into it.
Bro.
Oh my god. That's how you
Surely you have to take the gamble there. You just have to take the gamble there.
Look at the money now, Jordan.
I know. It's so expected, though. It's so expected. Like, this happens every time. It's just... FengDa have done themselves no favors with these last couple of rounds, but they have still put together some rifles in this round. I mean, I guess they're just kind of hoping that minus 72C is going to assume this one's an eco, because they've got no util at all. But then again, Chenking spamming into apartments, so that kind of gives the game away that at least someone has an M4. So this is just a rifle setup. We're just going to try and shoot you better than you shoot us. I don't know. Well, Zetsky, he's shooting pretty good.
Usually does on the ult. Barosso also having a good game here, as I was kind of expecting. Didn't turn up as much on Ancient, so all of this pressure in the middle of the map. A little bit too much for FengDa to bear. 3GL trying to spam away through the smoke, but he hasn't even got any armor. Can't even hold on to that M4 either. Fozetsky's pretty cracked on the AWP. And look, lead X9 looking like me in the 7-Eleven, just microwaving something or other. And thinking about life, you know?
Yeah, fair enough, honestly. Well, they're not going to find him, so there'll be at least that M4 taken through. I don't think you buy here, though, if you're FengDa. You don't buy behind the M4. Chenking's going to. They could have half bought. You know, down to 2.5, 2K. Yeah, which is what they're going to end up doing. So Chenking, he decides to sell it wisely, but you can tell the mentality right now for FengDa is like, we just want to fight. We just want to get some guns and shoot them.
Yeah. Got an M4 and a couple of Deegs. We're going to walk into A ramp for like the 50th time. I've been literally like banged every single time they've done that.
Well, that's the M4 out of the picture, so minus 72C. Going about this one the way they'd like to have. Cool, calm, and collected so far. T-side really starting to ramp up. Scoreline, I would say. No doubt going to be 11-11, at which point it's minus 72Cs to lose. Especially given the economic circumstances of FengDa.
Just seeing whatever else they can get out of this round, really. Which, in this case, will be an AK, but that's both of the last two CT's positions are known. So, the T's just going to smoke off Con and take that A site nice and easy. And 23 and just going to see if he can hold on to that AK heading into the next round. So, it should be 11-11. Should never have been, though. I mean, FengDa had the CT money they needed to close this game out, but if you can't win versus pistols, you're always going to be putting yourself in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah. Could have been over for FengDa already. Could have had it done. Be kicking themselves if they end up dropping this. It could be the 2-0 tonight, but they've made life a lot more difficult for themselves than it should be. And an extra gun lost obviously means an extra reinvestment from FengDa. They have the money across the board. It's going to be Glass Cannon AWP for 3GL. Tell me they're not thinking about double Glass Cannon AWP here. We're going to get another pause. Of course, we have to have a pause at 11:11. Like, it wouldn't be a game of Counter-Strike in Asia without it.
Minus 72C. They're chilling right now. Got a good enough T-side economy to buy 2 rounds in a row, so they are probably favoured to minimum go OT, if not close out the game. And you're right, they will be. There will be double Glass Cannon or big Frost. It's going to disconnect.
You got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me! It's 11:11, guys. This is like the most important round of the game, and we're getting a DC.
Oh man. Still not as bad as Vision the other night, though. That was next level.
That was definitely next level. That was really something else. I would not wish that upon my mortal enemy, whose name may or may not be Vision at this point. Or is it Barosto?
True.
Right now it's Barosto. Barosto the Disconnector, they call him.
So we had what's happening in other news? How did Rare Atom go? I'm assuming not well, based on how that game was going.
Yeah, I think they got pumped. Mongol's doing okay though, so the resurgence is happening.
So weird to see Aurora with a Turkish flag. Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
Rare Atom cannot play Train, confirmed.
Don't think anybody from Asia can play Train. Okay, so we're seeing a tack timeout here from minus 72C. There was a PC crash, I'm told. But again, they had their 10 minutes of tech timeouts, so are we just using tack timeouts now, or what's going on? I don't know, but I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. For now, we can just have a look at the nice little sights of Mirage. You know what I think would be cool with these fly-throughs is if they would like sync up some of the old versions of the map. You know, so like let's say we fly through CS2 Mirage, and then as we're like flying out A main, it goes into CSGO Mirage. Like they're obviously the same map, but they look different. And then there's a lot that you could do with some of the even wilder map changes that we've had. Like, can you imagine on Nuke? And just for something a little bit different, you know? What do you think of my idea?
It's a great idea.
Thanks.
Even going back to early Go, you had all different versions of the maps, unofficial and Valve official. Stairs used to be an E-box on this map, Jordan.
Did there?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Where the stairs are, you know, the stairs smoke? That was...
Yeah.
You see that chunky bit of stairs?
Yeah.
That was a double stack of wooden boxes, and to peek over it, you would jump on an E-box.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's like
that was
2013.
before my time. Yeah. I think I started casting CS in about 2014, maybe late 2014, early 2015.
And
probably.
this map looked more like Inferno.
Yeah. It's had a bit of a facelift since then. We're back in though at 11:11. And this could be a map-winning round for 72C if they win this.
I mean, FengDa's decided to not play anyone on B and just try to run up mid. That's gone very poorly.
Ah, the old run it up mid strat. Works every time until it doesn't. Although, Barosso does go down lurking over towards B, so numbers aren't as dramatically bad as what it could have been. This push Could be an awkward one, though. Your feet going to be seen before you see your opponent, and so it's usually not a favorable duel.
That's gone very poorly. Another beautiful shot from Forzetsky. And it turns out double glass cannon AWP is not the way to go. Especially if you're going to start the round by running straight up middle and losing most of your riflers.
Well, that's going to go into the maybe never again column of the strat book for FengDa, but unfortunately for them, they don't even have the option to go for it again because they don't have the money. It's going to be back down to some pretty wishy-washy stuff. 2 MP9s and Mag 7. We did actually see that Mag 7 do some real work last time that Chenking picked it up. So -72C going to have to be quite careful about their proceedings in a round like this one. Molly to bottom con. Not exactly required when it's smoked off. Chenking this time cleared out. So at least the Mag 7 won't have an impact in this round for -72C.
Rolsto anticipating that B-App's aggression. Not only a low buy, but also a man disadvantage. CTs have got to make moves somewhere. And -72C have done a really good job of punishing the aggression these last couple of rounds. Just got to complete a 5-on-3, keep things simple. And they'll have gotten themselves a dub here tonight. Be a 1-1. We could see one of the greatest throws of all time, 5v3. And we'll play a couple of rounds OT.
Well, push going to be coming through now from -72C. Smoke's going to fade at a pretty nice timing for them. Util toss down in mid. Hasn't drawn anything across just yet. Biak jumping out. Not going to spot P5P. All of a sudden, this B hold looking quite solid. Dangerous for -72C. They've got 20 seconds. If they're going to make a call, they have to do it now. And they are starting to worry and panic. And it's over feels quiet. We're going to go to another overtime. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What are we seeing? It's a 5v3. And they've just gotten booked going out B. It's cursed.
I don't even feel like the approach was that bad. That they're like running into a stack. It's just like the trading not being switched on enough at all. Like, I think the 1-4 is probably the way to go.
Froze as soon as they lost the first couple of players.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I mean, the 1-4 I think is okay, but if you're going to have the 1, maybe have him coming up short instead of wrapping back in behind. I think a player coming up short there would have made a big difference for -72C, but not to be. And we'll run back out into the OT here, which was started nicely by Forzetsky. Warp in hand again, continuing to put in the hard yards for his team. Chenking has decided he wants to be an AWPer now as well, and might not want to be after that.
Yeah, everyone thinks they can AWP until they can't. 4-on-2. Bomb's making its way over towards A. P5P. I don't know if they're aware that he's here. Nice jump spot from Forzetsky, but will lose his life as a result and is untradeable. Although he's getting mollied out of position. So under a little bit of pressure there. And League X9 has done nothing to try and win this round. He just stared at jungle for like 35 seconds. And then he's dead.
Try to defuse in the smoke, and that is wishful thinking, but probably the only way that he was going to win that round, so fair enough.
Another double AWP coming out for FengDa. Seems to be their go-to, but I don't really feel like they've been getting that much value out of it. Looks like a 1-3-1. CT's looking to fight mid, in particular Con, but Forzetsky's just licked the stamp and sent it. Taking that top Con player out. They were not expecting a double stack Con though. So Spira punished for trying to send it straight up Con. Barosto, that's a big pick in B apps. But the bomb's been left behind, so even though he's got big B site control, they can't really take much advantage of it for now.
Well, B site belongs to -72C, but it's a very tenuous hold at best. Barosto's only got 22 HP here, and if he swings back out onto this line, he's likely to drop. Molly into window. Bomb plant secured, so 2v3 for the post plant. The delaying util doing a bit of a number. Got a couple of grenades here, which actually could have really put in some work if it would have landed onto the AWP of FengDa, or one of. But a double AWP retake could be a bit awkward right here. Time ticking away, definitely. Barosto, ooh, he's going to eat these nades. Maybe not hard enough, but still damage done. And now it's on to Human to get this one done alone, and he's hitting shots. Headshot there onto 3GL. Elite X9, desperate, but not going to get there in time. And so another round in the OT will go the way of -72C. We'll lose everything for it, but of course, it being OT and them being on the T side, it's all good. Money, however, very dire on the behalf of FengDa as a result of buying those AWPs.
Yeah, double AWP 2 rounds in a row and didn't get any value out of it, so they're getting punished pretty hard here. Down to MP9. And a little bit lighter util for Chen King, but it's workable. Quick jump up into ladder for Chen King. Oh, they are playing anti-somebody. Remember when he did that?
Yeah, inside the smoke. FengDa maybe have run into that once or twice, playing domestically within China. Well, looks like there's more sort of contacty play onto the A site from -72C. This round has just not worked out. You had a couple of players trying to creep out onto various lines alone. Both of them were picked off. So not a particularly inspiring round from the T side.
Bomb trending back towards A, but double stack in Palace. You would have to do something very special as the T side to overcome this kind of setup. Especially if you're not converting that kill.
Yeah, I don't even think they're really going to be able to get a bomb plant down here to make it feel doable. But Forzetsky's cleared out quite a lot of space. If he sets up in CT spawn here, watches the balcony line, they might actually be able to get a bomb plant. They're going to be given the bomb plant. Here's where Forzetsky might be able to come online, but he's going to have to do something pretty insane, and he will not be expecting a second player from PAL. So 15 is the elusive number for -72C here, but they have at least managed to take the 2-1 lead in the first half of OT.
Time for FengDa to go back on that T side. See how much -72C want to be committing to the AWPs for themselves. Spirit's bought one, so I'd imagine that's going to be a double. Because no way my man Forzetsky's not getting on the AWP the way he's been playing. Indeed, he's going to do the short jump there. Oh no, he's stacked it into underpass.
He's been seen as well. Chen King spotted him out. Spiro, though, seems to have a bit of a read that Chen King is in cubby. So now some util coming through from -72C into middle as they try to dig out this offensive. Orb. Once again on the CT side, and Forzetsky. It's a good thing he's on today, because he would have been a dead man had he missed that shot. The second shot. He's going to re-aggress with the assistance of Barroso, but that's gone horribly wrong. And now onto that secondary orb of Spira to see if he can get anything done, but it's a bed of fire awaiting him, and then a smoke in front of him. So really nothing to be done. Inhuman has crept up quite substantially in CT spawn, and he will get a freebie for his troubles. There's a wrap coming in behind, so that'll be round over at that point. Spira, again, probably should just hang on to this orb.
Looks like what he's looking to do, unless he wants to ninja. But you can see 23 and hanging around, so he's not going to be allowed to do that. Pretty heads-up play to stick around with the bomb there. And he'll even get himself an orb on the way out.
Probably not really required too much for FengDa, but here we are, 2-round game on either side. So a pretty big round coming up here to at least give one team a shot at the victory. Maybe it will be FengDa all along. Again, TE-sided matchup. It feels like it has very much been the case. Human just missing that shot with the orb, and that'll be something that he's going to be shaking his head about, because that one definitely could have brought us back to a 4-on-4 and relieved a little bit of that pressure on -72C. But now, missed shot. It's going to start to force out some util over towards that B bomb site. You've lost full control of mid. Down on numbers. Should be a FengDa round every day of the week, especially with all of this positioning that is being taken by Lead X9.
It's creeping slowly into A. Should be a freebie for Lead X9. Even anticipating the next closest rotator, but not able to deal with Spira. There's a player in Palace, though. Could be BX round to really step up for -72C here.
Oh, he's been seen. He's surely been seen. Not quite dealt with, but definitely aware at least. And the flash through, or Molly even, ill-timed from Bayek. Spira gonna fall down there as well, and just Inhuman here in the CT spawn. And again, saving this orb. Something that you're probably going to want to do, because it's going to be difficult to get them through in the next round here for -72C. But he insists on hanging around, and he's going to go down as a result. So yes, they can buy an AWP or two if they want to, but it's going to eat into their options. Rosto will go for one. MP9 out for Inhuman. And just yet to see what BX is going to offer us up as far as resistance. It's going to be an M4 in the end.
Yeah, there you go. Map point for FengDa. -72C definitely have been in positions to win both of these maps. If they walk away without a single one of them, they're going to be pretty miffed. Aggression on mid from Forzetsky. Brosto's the one with the orb this time. Molly into unders, trying to keep this mid setup safe. You can see the T's are just waiting it out. Beautiful shot to start things off from old mate Nertz. Forzetsky causing a bit of chaos top middle. Trying to keep himself alive.
Not going to be able to. Spira will be the X factor in this round. If he can get one, probably even... They need a multi-frag here to save this round, because you'd think he should be getting traded. If he were to get the first frag, Nate's going to follow him into the ladder room, but he's up the ladder to safety for now. A decision to be made for FengDa as to where they want to end up. Hefty a stack over toward the B side of the map. They're going to try to hunt this player in the ladder room, and they're not going to find him. That's messy. Messy indeed, and it's going to bring it back to a 3-on-3.
T's still with the bomb inside middle. Waiting out this smoke. I feel like they know Spira's here. P5P can definitely tell something's up. That's going to be a freebie for him. Instant headshot. Smoke onto top con. BX the only one who can really do anything about this A side pressure. Inhuman only with an MP9 and rotating in from short.
Find Biekin, CT spawn in a second. And more than happy to, as the AWP shot will connect. FengDa on the precipice of closing out the 2-0 tonight, and -72C are going to feel very disappointed about that, given how close this matchup has been. Double OT on map 1, single OT on map 2, and both of them go the way of FengDa.
Definitely earned it. Ground both of those games out, so I'm going to be a little closer to dead even in ECL here. Better shot at making it through into the playoffs. I think both of these teams